You know, I've talked about it over the years about how many church folks are some of the meanest people out there. And I want you to look at this clip because some of you may not have seen it of this pastor and how he's conducting himself and show you that he is out of order. Let's take a look at this and we'll talk.
Oh, really? But the pastor makes wicked and evil statements and tampers with the gospel. That's not a great church, Chris.
I agree with like 95% of what you say, but if I disagree with 5%, I don't think that's reason for me to...
You're right. Disagreeing with what I preach is not a reason to be kicked out. You're right. Because listen to me. No one in this church agrees with me on everything. And that's okay. Because we're all different. We all read the Bible. We all have the Holy Spirit. No two Christians are going to agree on everything. That's fine. No problem. I've had people come up to me and say, hey, I don't agree with this doctrine. I always tell them, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. You're welcome to come here. But there's a big difference between not agreeing and calling the pastors preaching wicked and evil and accusing him of tampering with the gospel behind his back without ever bringing that to me. Do you see the difference, Chris? Get out of here, idiot. Pick him up and take him out if you won't leave.
You need to pray for him. This is not...
Take him out. Hey, get out of here. I didn't ask you. You've never even been here, fool. Get out. Get out.
What?
Get out. You don't just walk in here and start telling us how to run the church. We got a bunch of filthy out there protesting us right now. We're in a battle right now. Get out of here. I need to ask your advice. Pick him up and get him out of here if you won't leave.
Is that child?
Yeah, that's fine. Take your time. Now look, if I will listen to people who actually are members of our church, who actually attend here, not a first-time visitor. If somebody thinks that there's a reason why they should be allowed to stay, let me know.
So what do you think of this guy? Called the man an idiot and a fool and get out of here. Throw somebody out just like that because the guy said some things behind his back, apparently. And this is the kind of stuff I talk about. And those members just sitting there, they looking all a little bit and they're okay. No telling what else that particular pastor, because he looks familiar. If you know who he is, put him in the comments. Because I think if he's who I think he is, he's definitely a hate pastor. But there's plenty of these pastors out here to spread everywhere. They're spread out everywhere. But I want you to see, I want to talk about the hypocrisy. Because all of a sudden, you know, we talked about how the false prophets and all of them are talking about, this Venezuela and God gave me a word of this. And then you have this bandwagon, you know, with the evangelicals all of a sudden, you know, where they always were talking about peace and upset about war and turmoil. But all of a sudden, they're in such great support of Venezuela for some reason. But listen to this clip, because I want you to see. They're out here. They call themselves evangelicals. A lot of these are hate groups of what they are. We'll dive more into them in future messages. Those of you that follow me know what we're talking about. Listen to these guys talk. Listen.
They need to go back. Yeah, they have to go back. If it were up to me, if I was made emperor, right, day one, first thing I do, every one of those visas, every single one revoked. You're all going back, right? And guess what? Now, cheap homes for everybody. That's what I would do. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you're the world's leading brain surgeon? I guess we're going to have to train somebody else. We have to find Americans to do that. Yeah. You know, guess what? You can go do neurosurgery back in Mumbai. Mm-hmm. Too bad. Don't care. Do not care at all.
You see that? That's the mindset of we don't want anybody else here in the United States. And then all of a sudden, this hypocrisy from these evangelicals and all of them that claim that they love the Lord. And now that they're in such support of Venezuela. Isn't that something? And Cuba and all of these other countries around the world all of a sudden. But you know what? These same type people, just like that guy you saw in the clip, they don't want, when these people seek asylum, they want to come here to flee the dictators, flee the turmoil that's going on within their countries. Guess what? Get them out of here. They don't want it. I don't know if some of you have read the comments with ICE. ICE was in my city here leading up to the holidays, and there was total turmoil here. And Mexican restaurants closed. I mean, it was crazy. People hiding. People were afraid. Even that my middle son is a manager at a restaurant. His workers are illegal. They're scared. They were riding Uber just to get to work, calling off. All of the chaos. And you see the messages, ice, ice, baby. They're having all kind of fun with it. And then all of a sudden, somehow they've gained a heart. This heart. But you know what? They don't be fooled, because their hearts are wicked. Their hearts are dark. The people these pastors like this, these same types of people have been preaching hate. So this is not a message about immigration. I'm trying to show you the hypocrisy of these people. Like that they care all of a sudden, but they don't care, because they don't care about what's happening with the people like this around the world. Because if they did, there's a whole lot of things that could change, especially right here in the United States. And this shows you what burns me up is you have pastors and leaders that have stayed silent on so many issues that happen right here within our nation. And then they stay silent on the turmoil and the mistreatment of all types of people, the disabled, the elderly, the sexual abuse, that we'll talk more about that runs rampant through the churches, through even the false churches, such as the Mormonism and 7 Days Adventists and all of the other, Jehovah's Witness. There's all kinds of chaos within the false realms of religion and within the body of Christ. We have all of that turmoil that's going on everywhere. And these people are just adding to the flames to the fire. These pastors, many of them, as I've stated before, that are truly not called by God. Did this pastor demonstrate fruits of the Spirit of any kind of way, self-control, kindness? Did he seem humble in any kind of way, meek? He didn't show any Christ-like characteristics in the way he conducts himself. And that's the thing. Many of these people that you see that are parading themselves out here on YouTube and actually have churches themselves, look at how they conduct themselves. Look at the prayers. We've talked about it. The prayers that they pray towards somebody because they don't agree with their political ideology.
And I say, even as you told me to say in 2015 against Hillary Clinton, I now declare against Kamala Harris.
Yes.
That according to James 1:11, that her campaign is as grass, and that she is even as the flower of the grass, and that the burning, searing, exposing heat of God now causes her campaign and her herself to wither away, and to become as nothing.
They don't agree with their lifestyle. They don't agree with the color of their skin or whatever. And they pray death prayers. They pray for doom to come upon people. They pray for harm to come upon people. We've talked about this. Look how and then they always, their messages are centered around harm, doom, gloom. And this is supposed to be people that represent the Lord. They say that they represent the Lord in some kind of way, that they're called to be a pastor. They're called to be a leader in the Christian hemisphere. These folks are nothing but charlatans, many of them. And many of them have no business being where they are up in a pulpit saying, declaring, thus saith the Lord. The enemy has strategically placed people like this all around it throughout the nation and parts of the world, because this thing is spreading like wildfire. In that congregation, members in there, I tell you what, I've told you before, we talk about Christian nationalism and all of the chaos that continues to go on, and we'll dive more into that as well. But as I told you last year, and if those of you that are new, if you walk into a church and you see people wrapped up in the flag, they're wearing flags, flag ties, flag jackets, American flags, there's flags everywhere. That's a sign that it's a church that preaches the kingdom of this world and promotes Christian nationalism. That's a dangerous place. Get out of there. And if you come into a church where a pastor, like the one I just showed you, conducts himself the way that like that, where they disrespect people and don't know how to have a conversation and want to just talk to somebody, and this is how they confront when they're confronted, this is how they conduct themselves, you get out of there. You don't want this person leading if you're bringing kids and your family, and this is the person supposed to be guiding you down the spiritual road for your spiritual health. These types of, get out of these places. We prayed, and I'll continue to pray it as we talk. My prayer is that the Lord close up shop of any church that where he has not called them, any ministry where he has not called them, any person that is masquerading as a messenger for him. I pray that he expose them and show the followers and these people that go to these places, take the mask off and show them for who they truly are. Because there's nothing but the enemy masquerading himself as a messenger, as a beacon of light, when it's actually darkness and a road that has a cliff at the end that you don't see, and you're going to fall off of it. And we're continuing to expose it and talk about it on this channel and the issues the church run away from. Tackle Satan and his tactics, punching right in between the chops. Evangelism for God is the channel. My name is Maurice Braxton. Until the next video, my friends, take care. God bless.